Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to make a stop motion with pictures you've taken. Now, when you do this, you need to upload your photos, if you took them on a tablet or a phone, to your laptop and ideally copy them into a folder. Now, I've already done that, and while I'm using Movie Maker at the moment because this is easiest to make a stop motion with. Now I'm just going to jump the video while I upload all the pictures from the file they're in to Movie Maker, so you don't have to sit here for ages and watch. Okay, I've uploaded them all to the Movie Maker. As you can see, there is a lot, and down here there's 111. Now I use Lego for my stop motion because it's easiest, I think. And when you've uploaded all your pictures on, you might just want to go through and check that they're all in order and that the camera hasn't flipped them upside down. And if they have, you can use these two tools here, rotate left and rotate right if you need to flip them. Now, to get them, obviously, if you play it now, by default the slide lasts 7 seconds. Now if you played this like this, obviously stop motion, you don't want it to do this. So what you need to do is I use 0.1 seconds. Now if you put 0.1 in, don't worry, it will auto complete it and put the 0 afterwards. Now what you want to do is do this to all of them, or you're just going to have one really fast one and the rest of them are going to be slow. So you need to click select all and then click in this box 0.1, enter. Now what will happen is, obviously you can see this time has shortened from however long it was with all your original pictures in to 11 seconds because they're only a 1/10 of a second. Now if you play it from here, as you can see, that's stop motion for you. Now if you want to make them quicker, obviously you don't have to use these times, so you just have to select all, edit, and then you can go 0.05 to make it any smaller, or it's going to be super quick. But I think that's a bit too quick, so ideally I go for 0.10 for the best results. Now when you've done this, you'll want to, if you want to add any music, you probably ought to do so at this point, so I'm just going to pause it while I upload the music. Cool, so now I've uploaded my audio and it goes all the way through. Because obviously with the animation I'm doing, you don't have to, if you've got people in it and they want to speak, you can add audio into it by recording animation, and obviously you can upload sound effects to it, and you can also add music at the current point. So if you want to specifically add music on this slide, you can click add music at the current point and you won't have to move it. Also, if you're adding sound effects, I don't advise starting halfway through, working your way down and then realizing, oh, I've got to add stuff here, because it measures the gap between, if you had audio here and audio here and then you put one here, the gap between the audio here and the audio here will still stay the same, and the gap between here and the first bit of audio. So if you put a bit of audio here, that piece of audio will also move, and so will everything else in your piece. So obviously if you need to put sound effects in, if you want to record narration, you should do that at this point. If you don't have to have music if you don't want to, but after that you have to, there's several options here. Obviously you need to choose what you are doing it for. I'm going to save it for high definition display. Lego stop motion, save, and that will, depending on how long your stop motion is, that might take quite a while, but I'm just going to pause it while it's uploading so you don't have to wait. Okay, so it's just finished saving it as the MP4. Obviously this box will come up if you're using Movie Maker and you don't have to play it, but when you save it this way, it saves it as an MP4 because that's the finished version. And if you just clicked up here, save project, it would just save it as a project rather than an MP4 file, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to play mine for now. And as you can see, it's quite basic, but as you get better and better at stop motion, you can make better, longer, and more technical and fun stop motions. And I advise the first time you make a stop motion just to play around and see what you can do with it, as it does get, you will start to realise that you can't move the Lego person from the left side of the camera to the right, as it won't look like they're actually truly walking. So yeah, I hope you learned how to make stop motion.